just to do I put together and we're gonna do some painting of our. I actually bought a model solar system, a planetarium model. This is my second solar system model, which I have a mobile, and this is just a simple, just planetarium model that I just want to kind of sit here on live, just paint and just talk about space related stuff like some space facts. So so who's ready for some space facts as I put stuff like this together? Alrighty. So also in the comments down below, if you guys wanted to, I don't know why I'm blanking on words right now. I can't speak today. So in the comments down below, ask me any space questions you guys want, and then I'll answer some questions from you. So pretty much with solar system models, I have my computer right here to just look at the planets, and kind of usually when I do model solar systems, I usually go for the realistic colors. I usually go for the realism. That's how I do most model solar systems. So pretty much instructions. Ooh, a nice solar system poster, nice. It's similar to the one I have on my wall existing. I can just put this on right next to it. So the whole solar system chart. And then I have instructions, of course, on the back side. Alright, so as I'm putting together this planetarium, why don't you guys come in and ask me some space questions, and then we'll get started with our project. So I just want to kind of start assembling the spheres. And then we have our paints and our paintbrush, and then our little planetarium stand. So I just want to, there we go. All right, so these are our spheres. And then our masting arms and our Saturn ring, and then our points that keeps the planet standing on. And then our paint pots, which also I'm going to do a mix of other acrylic paints because I want to mix them because I want to keep them kind of as realistic as possible. That's how I usually do my solar system models. Alrighty, so I'm going to start assembly. Alright. So just gently, just be gentle. Tearing these off. There we go. There we go. And it does also come with glow paint, so it's a glow in the dark, and then there should be, so there's a masking arms, the planet position points, so, and then there is, actually, so there is sandpaper in there. So it's pretty much you're supposed to sand the plastic. So I have some sandpaper, some simple grit, just very low grit sandpaper. So all my masting arms and then my planetary spokes. Just want to take that in the bag and then save these for later. I want to start putting some stuff together. All right. So here we are. So for Saturn. Oh, here we go. Just have to do some weaving. And then for the one for Earth. So this is one for Saturn. There we go. Here's some of our spheres. So this is Saturn. And then here's our little rocky planets. Or halves of our rocky planets. And then here's the ones for the gas giants. So yeah, so we have Uranus. So we have the ones with the little holes as Uranus. So I'm gonna put Uranus together. I know this is Mercury. This is tiny Mercury right here. Yeah, if you guys are coming into the live, thank you guys so much for coming in. And we're just putting together a model planetarium. So yeah. Kind of just an easy craft, little arts and crafts project. So I'll get some of these aligned. I'm gonna align these good. So close, no matter how far. Forever trusting you. I never opened myself this way. Or lies for a different view. Oh man. Okay, so we have our sun. So here's the sun. Can I easily put that together? Alrighty. So there's our sun. Boom. So yeah, so basically if you guys are new here to the live, so pretty much when I do planetary models, like planetarium models, I usually go for the most realistic way as possible when constructing a solar system project. You know, kind of keep realistic. So we have our sun, and then we have the other one for Venus. And then we have swirls for Uranus. Swirls for Neptune. We have Neptune swirls. And then we have a little Mercury. We have a little Mercury and Venus. Oops. I'm just pressing out some of these half spheres. Okay, so I found the one for Earth. Let me just find the other half with. So here's our half sphere, so I just have to look for ones for Earth. So this is for Saturn, that's our sun. I think I did find the other sphere for Earth. Well, have our sphere for Earth. All right, found our half. There we go. So snaps in very easily. So here's the Earth. So I have one. So I have the sun. I have then Saturn. Give me Saturn. So Saturn's right here. Saturn. All right, so this is Saturn. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, if you guys are also in here to kind of make this live interesting and spice it up, how about you guys share some fun facts and ask me anything? Ask me some good space facts. Also, I do have a new TikTok channel. It's called Guide to the Universe. That is my new TikTok channel. If you guys are interested in checking that out. Yeah, putting these spheres together is not an easy work. It's not easy at all because you just have to put them in the right position and make sure they're snug. And then this is for Jupiter. So we have one for Jupiter. Make sure it is lined up perfectly. There we go. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of hard work to kind of get these spheres snug. Make sure you kind of cover its bases. Make sure it's on there flush. All right, so I got Jupiter. Jupiter. So the Sun, Jupiter, the Earth. Whoop. Dang it. Okay. All right, so let's get Venus. So Venus. So we have Neptune right here. There's Neptune. Boom, Neptune. So we have the Sun. I don't know if you can get our positions right here. So here's what we have so far. All right, so we have the Sun. We got Jupiter. We got the Earth. We got Neptune. All right. Now this is Saturn. And we got to assemble it by putting the ring on it. So the bottoms are the ones with the holes, and then make sure you line this up because it's hard to get the ring plate on there. So just a little bit of adjusting. There we go. Yeah, if they're brand new in here, we're just constructing a planetarium. This is a kind of like it's not a mobile, but it's just a model. So yeah, so I already have a planetarium. So a planetarium mobile, and then this is just a standard model. It's just a there we go. Perfect. That's what we want. There we go. There we go. Hey, if you guys are also in here, if you guys want to send me some space questions, I will happily answer some questions that you may have. So yes, I will be happy to answer some of your space questions. You know, putting together planets is hard. Okay, I got it flush, but I have to make sure it's flush. Ow, on the rings. Position. Come on. Ow. Ugh. Getting these rings is a hard work. Dang it. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. We got Saturn. Alright, we got flushed on there. Ow. Hurt my thumb. We got the Sun, we got Jupiter, Saturn, and then we got Neptune and there's the Earth. It really hurts. Alright, so also I'm going to move this out of the way. This is a base. Alright, so we have Uranus. So Uranus is the one that have little spots on it. What's up, Ruyo? I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Ruyo? Ruyo? Where are you from, bro? I'm from Colorado. Shit. So I do not want to lose that half sphere of Uranus. No. Yeah, that's right. Wow, Colorado, I love it. Yeah. Dang it. Dang it, I hurt my thumb. Ouch. I'm trying to get Uranus flushed. Trying to get the spheres flushed together. Flushed. Yeah, bro, I have subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscribe. Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, if you guys are also interested, also send me some space-related questions, and I'll happily answer those for you. Some of your space questions that you're dying to ask. It's so hard to get these spheres in place. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Why? It's so hard getting spheres in place. Are you going to eat that? No. Just trying to get Uranus. Ow. Dang, I hurt my thumb. So this is a planetarium, which I'm putting together spheres for our planets. So I'm doing Uranus right now. I'm just trying to get it as flush as possible. Trying to snap it in. Right now it is. Snap it in there. Okay. Not perfect, but we got Uranus. Alright, so we need Mars. We need Mars. And then we got I think these spheres. Alright, there you go. Alright, I think I got the perfect match for this one. Alright, so I think this one here is Venus. I really love your room. Well, it's my living room, so yeah, thank you. Just trying to put together. Broke. Just trying to snap these spheres together. So, where you live with your parents? Oh, yes. Like I said, so I'm a college student, which I don't have my own place right now. So I'm just saving up money to, graduate. So I can graduate and then eventually move out. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to get the sphere. I'm trying to get the sphere flushed. The sun. Okay. So you graduated in which college? I graduated from I go to the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. Goddamn. Wow, amazing, bro. Thanks. Trying to get this sphere flushed into place because it's so tiny. So I'm guessing that this is Mercury. And then this one's Venus. That one's Mars. Just trying to get Mercury in place. Where's my speaker? But this is Mars, I think. And then I think the other one. Yeah. What's inside the sphere, bro? Nothing. It's just hollow. Hollow spheres. But there are these little points inside of these that lock onto the thing, but I'm just trying to figure out how to get these snug. Which I got all these snug, but it's so hard because they're so tiny. That's the problem. Yeah, Mercury and Mars are the tiny ones, and they're kind of difficult to get together. Anyway, so we got Venus. Venus, Earth and Venus, the twins. And then we got Mars, which the last one is Mercury, which I am trying to snip together. Wait a second, thank you. Mel, amazing. Yep. Mercury, you're so. There we go. Hey, we got it. We got Mercury. Alright, so actually no, this one. Wait a second. So this one is Mars. This one's Mars. This one here. This one here, I'm guessing this is Mercury. Nice comparison. Okay, so this one is Mercury. This one's little Mercury right here. I don't know, because these two spheres look like they're the same size, but just in a different pattern. So I'm guessing, so yeah, so this one right here, the one that has little bumps, but it's kind of nothing, like little basins on there. I'm guessing that one is Mercury. This one is Mars. No, wait. So I'm guessing. Or I'm guessing this one. So I'm guessing this one might be Mars, and this one, yep, it's the solar system, correct. So I'm guessing this one is Mercury. So this one's a little Mercury. I don't know, because they look the same, because these spheres are the same size. I don't know. Because I'm looking at the chart right now, trying to figure out which one's which. So I'm guessing that one's Mars, and this one happens to be Mercury. Okay, so we have Mercury, Venus, the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. We have all our planets from the solar system, and then including our centermost point, our star, the sun. We have the sun and our planets. Which one is Earth and Jupiter? So this one here is the Earth. This one's Earth. Because it has the... Yeah, because if you kind of see very faintly the sphere, the continents. So that one's Earth. And then we have Jupiter. And we have, obviously, our sun. Yep. So I'm just kind of trying to realign the sun so I can flush together. So the spheres can be laid flush. And that's kind of just difficult because it's the spheres. This has some weird order that they have to lock on. Okay, so I got the sun together. And I'm just trying to snap these together. And then, it's like an egg almost. just snap in. Yeah. Probably plastic or something like that. Yeah, it's all plastic. Okay, so since we got all that out of the way, all the planets are put together in the correct order, we are going to have to sand the spheres to make sure our paint stays on. So use our sandpaper. Will you paint it? Yes, I will definitely paint it, but I have to pretty much sand the spheres together so I make sure that the paint sticks. So just lightly sand. Okay, perfect. Oh, make sure the sun doesn't roll away. So we have Mercury, sanding down Mercury over here. Venus. We have the Earth. Make sure that the paint sticks onto these. That's why I gotta sand these. All right, and then Jupiter, our big guy. We have big boy Jupiter. We have Jupiter, big guy. And obviously Saturn, our famous ring planet. Yep, thank you. And then we have Uranus, our coldest planet of our solar system, our seventh planet, and it's actually the first planet to be discovered. First planet in our solar system to ever be discovered by astronomers. So, yep, so we're gonna start by painting these. So, pretty much how we're gonna do, like I said, so usually when I do solar system models, it's usually I just do very realistic. So pretty much so if I do the sun, I have to use these two colors, and I use my cardboard to mix some paints to kind of get the realistic effects. And then we have our glow paint. I wish they give you like another pack of these. You know how it is. All right, so yeah, let's actually start getting to paint. So we have our sun. So I'm gonna move all these planets out of the way. All these little spheres out of the way. So let's start with yellow, reds, and we'll do our whites. Let's take our paint pots. We'll start with a little white, and then we're gonna mix it with yellows. So we're gonna do some yellow. So we're gonna mix it with some yellows, and we're gonna do some little bit of tones of red to make our little spots, and we're gonna add a little sunspots with a little bit of black on it. So I kind of want to paint it. Yeah, so we're just gonna have, like I said, we're just doing little mixes for our planet, or for our sun, sorry. All right, so we got that coated, and then we're gonna take out the have some of that yellow, and we're gonna splice it around. We're gonna paint it around town. So beautiful, thank you. Hey, if you guys want to do some space questions, fire them away. Yeah, because this channel is we're doing astronomy here on the channel. If you guys didn't know. So yeah, if you have any important space questions or anything you want to ask, just fire them away. It's so sticky, I know, right? Well, I mean, it's all sanded up, so, you know, it helps the paint apply better. So yeah, it helps the paint adhere. And these little areas around here. Yeah. Okay. It's actually good to leave a little bit of white spots on here, kind of make it realistic as possible. So here's what I'm going to do as well. So I'm going to take some of this yellow, put it on here, and we're going to mix a little bit of red to mix it up. Mix it up some of that. I'm going to take a little bit of extra yellow, kind of make it a little bit splotchy. How you been today? Yeah, I've been good. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, just gonna go out for lunch for in a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Splotches of orange. Splotches of orange. There we go. That's our little sun right here. Boom. And then we're going to add some little bit of detail here and there. So we're going to take out some of these black. Add some sunspots. So sunspots are just the cool patches on the surface of the sun. So pretty much just gonna add some of that. Just add tiny bits of dots and splotches. You know, that's our sun. You know, sunspots. You know, sunspots. Ugh, I wish they give you better brushes on these. I'm gonna get some of that water so I can wash the paper before the next break. here we go. All right, we're back. So I got myself a little watering can so I can wash off my brush after it's really, really good. Thank you. I was thinking about turning this cardboard into like a galaxy painting. Alright, so for our planet, so the sun's done, and then so once everything's all dry, we're gonna start assemble. So I got a better brush too. Okay, so this one's Mercury because it's more detailed and it's more pummeled. And Mars has mostly valleys and some little bit of mountains here and there. So Mercury's, I'm going to close up the yellows and the reds. We're going to take some black paint and put it onto the little area. So we're going to put it into the water. So then we're going to have white paint and we're going to just mix it in there. And we're going to go to Google and we're going to look up images of Mercury. So I want to go a little bit lighter, just a bit lighter, so add extra bits of white to kind of get the lighter shade. Little shade won't hurt. I think that's perfect. Alright, let's go with the brush because it's smaller. I know it's kind of difficult because it's being a lot of paint on my fingers. Because it's just these spheres are so tiny. They're so teeny tiny. And we're gonna add some detail. So we're gonna add a little bit of that. Add a little bit of white splotches. Then I gotta add some detail to the landscape because it's because Mercury. Fun fact: Mercury was actually involved in a hit and run crash in its early part of the solar system. In its early years, yeah, it was involved with a hit and run 4.5 billion years ago due to a extra rocky planet that collided with Mercury, and all that's left is just an iron and just mostly an iron core. That's why Mercury also has a ginormous core at its center. So that's one fun fact. All right. Venus, you are up next. Venus, welcome. Let's get Venus. Let's go to Google. So we're gonna go for the cloud. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go find another acrylic paint to get the tan. All right, sorry about that. Just gonna get some extra paints around here. All right. There we go. There's some of that, and we're gonna mix this up a little bit extra with a different color. Oh, I want too much of that. Oops. So close. There we go. Consistency. So Venus, being the second planet from the sun, but is also the hottest planet, reaching temperatures of almost 900 degrees Fahrenheit. There's too much paint on here. Did I just do that? Ugh, mustard. Mustard color. Don't want that. Still, old stove beans. I wish there was some brown here. Alright, I'm gonna go get a paper towel. Because I don't need anymore. I don't know why I use it that much. But There we go. Perfect. Because this board's actually going to be a backdrop for the solar system. Alrighty, Earth, you are next up in line to be painted. I have to go very detailed with this. This is going to be difficult. I'm going to go to another. You're an artist? Oh. Thank you. You're the best, thank you. The Earth. The Earth is next in line. Earth, you are next in line to be painted. There we go. So I'm gonna actually dry off this little brush right here. And then I have to go super careful and detailed with our greens for our land. Just gonna have to go very careful with how I'm doing this consistency. Make sure there's a lot of focus. We got Russia and Europe painted. Man. Yep, this is just so tedious because the land is just so teeny tiny on this little sphere that I just have to just be very careful. To make sure I have some room for the water. Yeah, sorry about that. Just trying to get the land painted green. I paint the land green on the sphere. Make sure I don't mess this up or anything. Something like that, but it's fine. These North and South America are a little bit easier, but just little tiny dabs. Yeah, I'm just talking about just the thinner, smaller countries are just a little bit difficult. Okay. Yeah, I'm their first view. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in and viewing. Alright, so we're going to close up that paint pot. We're going to use blue. Again, similar to the land, we just have to be a little bit careful, but we have a little bit more area to cover. I wish they gave you like a thick, like a much thinner brush. I just have to dab. At least these kits give you better, like a thinner brush when you're doing these little spheres. So tedious to do. So tedious. Just tedious work. Painting little spheres are so tedious to do. And I said, well, because I'm doing the water, I'm doing the oceans, but it's just like I said, it's just so small and so tedious to do all of this. Ugh. There we go. At least we gotta save some room for the bottom for Antarctica. And that's what I got so far. But like I said, it's just, yeah, trying to get into like the Indian Ocean. It's, you know, painting that blue, but I'm just trying to just dab. I'm trying to just work this in without hitting some of the land. The North Pole. I mean, the little white spots can be a little bit of cloud cover. Some of these parts, these little white spots I didn't get to, can be a little bit of cloud cover actually. Our Earth. We're gonna close it up and get a little touch up. Little touch-ups on there. Alrighty. Man, look at that water. It's like, I don't know what to describe that. Mars. The red planet. Future travels and future visits to Mars one day. So Mars, red, and we're gonna just a little hints of orange. Simple as that. Yeah. There we go. Just a little bit of details here and there around Mars. Not bad at all. All right, so we got all the tiny little spheres done and ready. But now, on to our gas giants. Here we go. Look at my hands already. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to consult the Google. Consult Google. Jupiter. Our gas giant. Our largest planet of our solar system. Our large guy. Our big guy. Jupiter. Largest planet. And then here we have our little red spot. It's good thing about the gas giants because they're a little bit easier to, you know, to paint. Don't worry, so with the reds, I'm gonna actually cover some of these and kind of change a little bit of the tone. So I'm gonna kind of go over it with a little bit of the so I'm painting the little red bands that are around it. And then we're going to cover it with a little bit of yellows and some yeah, so pretty much like this one. It's going to be covered in like this, similar to Venus though. It's going to be that almost that a little mustardy color. Oh. Okay, just a teeny tiny bit of mustard, and then all right, give me Jupiter back. Then go over that. Yeah, so if it smears, if the red and the yellow, the little mustard color kind of smears, that's kind of what Jupiter's clouds kind of do. They kind of smear and change color and take different forms. Yeah, so it's a good thing with the gas giants. They're a little bit easier and I can cover them much faster. Just the little details in here and there. Little Jupiter. Hello there, Jupiter. Now Saturn's a little bit easier because it's just that color I just put onto Jupiter. Just all of that. A little bit of that mustardy color. So that's just basic, simple for Saturn. Just that little mustardy color. I might lighten it up with a little bit of little white here and there, kind of make a little bit of lighter color, like a little a little cream color. A bit of a cream color. Okay. Saturn is finished. Now, onto Uranus and Neptune. Welcome, Uranus and Neptune. You're now painting. Now you're going to get painted now. You're going to get painted now. Now you'll get painted. Now, so for Uranus, so it's pretty much, for Uranus, it's just a simple mixture of blue and green. And then make it a little bit lighter so it's spelled that color, but I have to change the tone. Okay, so that's actually I'm going to paint that with Neptune, because Neptune and Uranus have the same color. It's just with Neptune, it's just a shade darker. And there's some parts that are going to be like a little darker blue because it's the storms. But for Uranus, I'm going to tone down the shade. Here's Neptune. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hey, move. There you go. Now Uranus, I'm gonna take some white right here, and I'm gonna tone it down even more with more lighter colors. Tone it down even more. Get it lighter. Aqua. Use a lot more white. Gonna tone it down. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. Use a little bit more of that. There we go. There we go. That glob is perfect. So Uranus is the strange one of the bunch. It is the seventh planet from the sun. It was discovered by William Herschel in 1781 and was actually discovered by accident. Nobody really knew how to discover a planet until when Uranus got there. And then that eventually led to the discovery of Neptune later on. All right, so all the planets in the bunch, the planet bunch. All right. Just gonna do a little touch up on Neptune here and there. Can I get another coat? There we go. Neptune is finished. Neptune buddy. Okay. So that's all the planets right now. So just have to wait for them to completely dry off completely. And then we'll add our glow paints. All right, so pretty much I am going to close off the live for right now. I'm going to go out for lunch in a little bit. And then, yeah. So by the time these planets are dry, we'll start adding the glow paints and then we'll start assemble our solar system. So pretty much just move some of these papers out of the way and then put them back in the boxes. Alrighty. So it's just a matter of just waiting. So I'm going to exit off this live. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.